the pole shift, I'm over this last week, especially since I had so much drive time to think.
Oh, yes.
There was this thinking of, okay, we have this possibility of a bridge. The bridge, I think people have latched onto that as, okay, we don't have to do anything,
Oh, yes.
which I figured would be some people. But I think that's not the case. We have to, even if nothing bad happens, we're still going to have a whole new structure put in place, new ideas, new ways of doing things. We don't want to replicate the old way. And so that whole thing about, okay, how do we take this whole pole shift thing, which might be just a, hey guys, your system is going to fall apart, not your planet, your system, and get them to begin thinking about, okay, what do I need to have on here for my lifestyle?
Yes.
They're incapable of coping with the transition.
Yeah.
The old structure has to end. We cannot transition from the old to the new. We don't have the time, and there's too many people in control. It's got to be crushed. It's got to die, basically, to have a rebirth.
I see it dying.
We're in the process right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this fall is going to be the first big drop kick to the normies.
I
just have that feeling that it's,
Well, what happened in
Michigan
and Minnesota with the water systems?
Yeah.
I think people have finally said, oh, crap, this could actually happen.
Yeah. It wasn't just Michigan and Minnesota. There were 13 other states that had the same thing that did not report it. They didn't want their people to know. That's fear. Is criminal.
Well, that's fear, and they don't want the people in fear. Or they just want them to be.
They want them in a specific kind of fear. It's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
I think Steve is right. And you, I'm getting this idea that somewhere around the equinox in September, something's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't figure out what. Is it the economic thing? Is it another attack on water and power systems? I don't know, but I just feel like there's a big deal coming.
Yeah, I could sense in that. Go ahead, Steve.
Once the first, whatever the trigger is, I mean, any of us could name 5 or 6 triggers, any of which are totally viable tomorrow.
That's right.
But when one breaks, it's going to start a cascade effect. And that's going to be very difficult for the people that have not thought about it. I don't mean much prepared, but even thought about, what am I going to do if reality shifts slightly on me? If the infrastructure doesn't just support me the way I expect? And
how do we help that? How do we insert something in there? Let's assume that that's going to happen, and people are freaking out. What do we say? What could we do to help?
Oh, I think Steve's talking about the people who are completely clueless right now.
Right.
And then one day it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can insert something into them.
Into
the cosmos.
We don't have time to.
Oh.
There's not enough time left to get to them. But can we reach the people that listen to you, Penny?
Yes.
And others? They're still asleep, mostly. Yeah. And they're far too glamored in love. Not that love is bad, but there's a whole lot of glamour over it that isn't true love, but it's a spiritual bypass. And I don't mean that meanly, just it's an assessment of where a lot of people are at. And so how do we say, guess what, kids? You need to start waking up now, but it's going to be overly blunt. And they're going, if you say it, they're going to, why are you being so mean, Penny? If I say it, they're just going to say, shut the hell up. I'm too blunt, and who am I anyways? But
but blunt, I am fairly blunt as well. And people do say, blah, 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 and I come right back at them and say, look, if you don't want to hear the truth, then go somewhere else and listen to stories. I'm not interested in stories. People have controlled me, and I just come right back at them. I'm not afraid. I'm not shy.
I mean, no matter what, I don't know that there'll be a pole shift, but I do think there'll be a polar reversal, which isn't going to be a
Oh,
crust slide, but like Living's Forever was not a polar shift. It was just a magnetic reversal. But the Earth goes through spasms when that happens. You can't, all that energy of the torque of the Earth spinning, and then you drop that magnetic field. That's a huge, the whole system's going to stagger, and all the fault lines and volcanoes are going to cut loose, and land will move up and down. And that's not even a pole shift. That's just a magnetic reversal.
Penny, you mentioned the Nazca plates cracking. I had not realized that happened.
Yeah.
So what Steve is talking about, that pole shift and the plates cracking, is that the response to that magnetic shift?
I'll tell you what, when I discovered that the plate had broken,
Yeah,
that's what caused the terrible thing in Colombia. Was Venezuela the first stage of it trying to resettle, or did resettle and left something dangling that then broke off? I don't know. But when I was on my drive home, I had that same set of thoughts you just verbalized, Steve.
Oh, okay.
We could just have a pole flip and a bunch of earthquakes and resettling and, things of that sort. We wouldn't have to have all the big drama, but there would be changes in the weather. There would be changes in lots of things. And so that, and some volcanoes. And so all of that, if the pole shift is really the need to, you know what the maypole is, how people danced around the maypole.
Yes. Yes.
Like, okay, we just need a new dance around a new pole. That was the picture. And that new dance would be vastly different from the old one. And it might involve disruptions. If let's say I keep seeing something happen at both ends of the U.S. California is not good. Ports go underwater. If we lose those ports,
the Inland Empire.
Yeah, then we end up with how do we get stuff into the country?
Oh.
You don't.
We're not. Yeah, exactly.
You don't.
That's the second largest port in the world.
It is.
Plus, if it happens to us, it's also happening everywhere else.
China.
Oh, China's happening.
I mean, just to be clear, we're not talking just the U.S., even though we think that way.
Yeah.
They're not going to be shipping anything. We're not going to be receiving anything. What you got is what you got.
So,
and anywhere on the shorelines is gone, and all the big urban areas are untenable.
Okay. Yeah.
Period. I mean, that's just, no matter what happens with the change, if you're near a large body of water, it's not going to play well. You might survive. You're probably going to get taken out by the slosh.
Yep. Yeah.
And any large urban area is totally unsustainable when the infrastructure stops.
That's
and
right.
People will go nuts and starve and kill.
Yeah.
Well,
some will
New
survive.
York City is just about there right now, and the water hasn't come onto the surface yet. But New York City is done.
I don't know what's happening there, but I didn't have a good feeling when Mamdani was elected.
Well, and there's a very weird thing where people are coming up out of the sewers.
What?
And they're being photographed coming up out of the sewers. It was first written off as, oh, these are people hunting for, gold that you flush down the toilet or something. But they all seem to be like very fit Asian men.
What?
And one wonders if there is not like a camp.
What do you mean they're coming up out of the sewers?
The sewers.
Are they dirty? Are they starving?
No, they're not starving. They're not dirty. They seem to be, they have headlamps. Their clothing seems to be fine. But when I saw the pictures recently, I thought that is an army that is based underground.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is the second time people have photographed it. Once back in maybe May or June. And now this month, the manhole comes up and people are coming up out of the sewers.
One or two?
One or two, and then maybe 4 or 5 or 6 or 8. And
scouting teams. scouting teams from down
scouting teams.
below.
Yeah, and they
Basically,
SEAL
Mandela-
team, Chinese
and
SEAL
the-
teams.
and the
as it were, yeah.
Yeah, the press is saying they're going down in the sewers to hunt for valuables that people lose and get washed into the sewers. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Sure.
that's just
Stupid.
Yeah.
right. Oh my.
But you have to wonder, this has been filmed in New York City. Is it happening in Chicago, Los Angeles, St. Louis? Every major city that has sewers.
Yeah.
But to me, it looked like military men. They didn't have guns or weapons on them.
Yeah.
But very fit, 20 to 30 probably. And they had wonderful headlamps on them, wonderful shoes.
Were they all Asian?
And
The pictures that I've seen, the one group appears to be all Asian. The other group are darker hair, darker eyed. I don't know what race or whatever they might be.
That is weird.
They were Caucasian.
And
Okay.
realize in all the large urban areas, there's vast amounts of abandoned stuff underground.
Oh,
Call them the catacombs in Europe, but all the big cities have those.
Yes.
And they connect in with the sewer system at spots, so they could actually be living in a 1920s buried building.
yeah.
Not buried as an empty, just they built on top of it.
Right.
Yes. I was in Edinburgh 10, 15 years ago, and there was an underground city in Edinburgh, Scotland, that was doing so poorly. They, like Steve said, they just built over top of it.
Oh,
But there were people who were still housing their cows in the barns in the underground city. And, somewhere down the hill, there was an entrance and an exit. The cows could go out to graze.
oh, wow.
And these are in all the big cities.
Well, Los
have these.
Angeles tried to build a subway system once and stopped. What's in those tunnels?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, now that you mention it, Detroit has all sorts of salt caverns underneath it.
Yes, like Scranton.
And they
Pennsylvania.
store things in those salt caverns because of the temperature staying steady.
Yes.
So wow.
People, there are
outside of Cleveland too,
Yeah.
big salt mines.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
Scranton,
under Lake Erie,
Pennsylvania.
big salt
Yeah.
mines. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
There are homeless encampments in the subways in New York City and Philadelphia and what have you. And those are known about, but these are ragtag homeless people. The people that are coming up out of the sewers that I've seen two movies of, are very fit, well-fed, well-nourished. And my head says they're military people.
Okay, yeah.
But think how many Asian military age men have come to our country. Think of crossing the border in Mexico, Texas. And where do those people go?
Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's easier to get here from Canada than Mexico. You can literally walk through the woods and you're in the U.S.
I know. That is true.
You couldn't get across, but yeah.
Yeah.
That darn passport thing.
Yeah. I know. It's like, what do you mean I need a passport?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's okay, so let me hang on a second. Let me bring up.
If I can find that video, I will send it to you, Penny and Steve.
Oh, thank you.
And it was just 2-3 days ago. It was like on the CBS News in New York City.
Oh, it was on the news.
Yeah, mainstream news. It wasn't just somebody videoing it.
Wow.
And
okay. Yeah, that's somewhat discouraging. Somewhat like,
somewhat
okay.
discouraging. Yes.
Yeah.
Hidden in plain sight.
There you go.
So many things are hidden in plain sight.
Okay. People coming out of manholes.
Yeah. Okay. So I
in
have
New York City.
Oh,
I have a
here.
question here. I have more than one question. Hang on a second.
sure.
So, Steve, this is I was going to say a month ago, you sent this and you said you found, you had some thoughts, 6 things. One, we're talking about something I said on Kimberly's podcast, and got you thinking. So you sent this July 23rd.
Oh, when I first touched bases. Can we talk sometime?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think we should talk about these issues.
Yeah.
And there's a link to that video. I put it in the chat.
Excellent. I see it.
Thank you. Okay. So
what did Steve bring up, Penny?
he says, number one, the current chronology of our calendar is highly suspect.
Yeah.
It appears that hundreds of years or more,
chopped off.
The average is about 1800. So, and some people say, no, it's more like 22, 23, 2600. But everybody agrees that 1800 years have been inserted. So, 1800 years, it appears that hundreds of years or more have been inserted into our recent history. So specific timing and dates is suspect. That, I think, kind of, if I went back to find this when I heard just a snippet of, what the heck is his name? Suspicious Observers, Ben Davidson making.
Ben Davidson.
Ben Davidson, yes.
Yeah.
I clicked on something that came up yesterday. It was only short, 3 or 4 minutes, his usual short thing. But in that short thing, he said, we're coming to the end, the last of our tours. And this is probably the last book. Get this book. He was advertising his book. Get this book because it's the last book I'm going to write. And this is probably the last of what I'm doing. And I thought, okay, what's going on there? What's happening with him? Because he has been consistently saying, this pole shift is coming, the sun is going to do something strange, and now he's quitting. That wasn't clear to me. And I didn't have time to go listen to his 1 hour as a live stream. And so
my understanding, I don't follow him quite as much, but my neighbor up Canyon, Ray, who's as crazy as I am, we're brothers in a sense. Anyways, does follow him more, and he says as of late, Ben's been getting very fed up with his audience.
Oh,
I've put it all out there. Quit asking me the same stupid question over and over again. Go read some stuff. Goodbye. Click. So both he's getting kind of pissed off. So this gives you some context of maybe mindset for him.
Okay.
He's had his marital status has gone sideways.
I know. I heard his whole talk. I happened on that. It was like, what is he talking about? It sounds like he's talking about his relationship, and he was. And he explained the whole thing. And then there were some struggles after that. And he finally started working with his ex. She found somebody else. And that's got to be, it was embarrassing. It was painful, all that.
So all of this may be factors for he's just fed up and he's done with it. I put out what I'm going to put out. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it has that feel to it to me from what little I've heard and seen.
Okay.
And he's just, so it may not be the world's about to end, I'm done, but rather I'm done. And I don't care if the world ends or not.
I'm done with you guys.
Yeah, if people aren't listening, you can only hit them over the head with it so many times.
Right.
And you get frustrated and you're done.
Yeah.
I've taught for years.
Yeah. Okay, so that, so back to the current chronology. One of the things, so I'm making a little script for us to talk about that we can put out there. And I was going to record today, but I thought, well, Steve might need to fix his hair and Janet might need to fix her hair or something.
Yeah. This is as good as I get. I'm sorry.
This is about it.
Okay. So I think we need to say that we really have, because of the messing with the calendar, no real idea of when any of this shifting around might happen. So therefore, we just have to keep our eyes open, pay attention, use our intuition, understand the natural world a little better so that we can see changes, and we'll be fine. We will be fine. And maybe point out that there have been a lot of pole flips, not not planetary.
Crustal shifts, right.
Yeah,
just
right.
Yeah.
The North and South Pole shift, period. So
Yeah.
we're in a position of needing to pay attention, period. If you don't want to pay attention, then
you might be the ones that is exiting the planet then.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
You're an eternal being. You get to come back if you want.
Right. Okay.
Well, a whole lot of people are going to be shifted to a different planet after they leave this one. Vibrationally, they're just not capable of moving forward.
This is a rough place.
I've heard it's about 40% are going to be relocated.
Oh, that many. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, but only about 3/5 are going to make the shift up to the next frequency band.
I've heard similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
half
whether that's true. Okay, yeah, close enough. Who knows, for sure. But it's more, everyone seems to lock in on someone's prophecy of a given date and time.
Yes.
And that's what I was commenting on more than anything is we don't know. Quit locking in on, this day, that date, or even this year or that year. But can you feel within? What's your inner self telling you?
Right.
When you look out at nature, can you see the imbalances that are occurring?
Yeah.
And what is that telling you? That will guide you to, all right, it's soon. When I'm saying it's soon, that's where I'm coming from. It's not from anyone. There's a lot of stuff that support it, but that's not where I'm coming from.
Right.
And
look at what we've all said just in the last 15 minutes or so. Something, Janet said it first, I think, I feel like something's coming around September, around the equinox, September 21st. I have the same feeling, except my feeling says it begins in late September and it extends through the winter. And it's a tough winter for a lot of people. And Steve, you're saying the same thing. Something big is coming. So
between now and November, round one of it's going to be dropping. And the ripples from that and the domino effect is going to go on for the next 2 years.
Yeah, right.
I think.
So, what if
and beyond, but anyways, go ahead. What
if it's nothing to do with pole shifts, etc., and has everything to do with elections? That's, right there in our face. I've heard and I've seen, and I haven't said this for a while, but toward the beginning of this year, I said, I don't see an election.
Nor do I.
Yeah.
No, I see Mr. Trump enacting martial law for various reasons, one of which is to not have the 2028 election.
Okay.
Okay. Other reasons enacting martial law to expose the corruption in the Bank of London. I think he's going to throw Bibi Netanyahu under the bus.
He might.
Eventually has to
and
happen.
Then we will have martial law or something very similar. And people are going to have hissy fits about Trump trying to be the king, and he can't do that. And yes, he can. But it's the real white hat government, not the government that we see and experience right now.
Yeah.
I could be totally far off on that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of what I'm going to say, correspondence in what I feel is coming. It's a combination of something. Bad weather, some sort of election interference. And people are up to here. They're up to, maybe up to here, their eyeballs.
They're at the breaking point.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
And how they're going to break.
Snap.
Yeah. A lot of people will.
Well, and we haven't seen the riots in the streets that are happening in Europe and other countries.
Yeah.
I see that coming.
Yeah.
I see, and I actually see seniors descending on Washington because, damn it, we want our Social Security.
Oh,
and we worked hard for that.
Good luck with that.
Screwing it up.
When that one goes sideways, it's going to get bad out there.
Yeah.
When Social Security goes sideways.
Yes, in my circle of lady friends,
Yeah.
I know at least 3 people who are trying to live on just Social Security.
Oh,
They didn't plan well,
I
and if
guess
it goes
not.
bust, they're done.
yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I see seniors heading from Washington to say, we worked for that money, we put money in, we get it back, you blew it.
Yeah, but I don't know that that's going to do anything.
No,
It
because it's
won't.
gone.
If you can't get blood out of a stone, then you're SOL.
And how are you going to afford the gas to drive to Washington when you don't have any money?
Oh,
And then take that down to their children and grandchildren. That generation's going to go, what happened to my parents? What happened to my grandparents?
Yeah.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yes.
Well, I have to say, I do see that that there's a combination of things that occur that snap one group after the next, And
Dominoing.
yeah, and we end up, regardless of pole shifts or whatever else we started with, we end up in this mess that we create because we've had, I don't know if can we say?
We've been asleep. Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's a nice way to say it.
Versus,
we've been asleep, we've been having fun, we've said somebody else will fix it, we'll deal with it, and we can't.
Rectocranial collocation.
What's that?
Rectal cranial collocation.
Yes.
It's a play with your head up your ass. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. In a very dark place.
People are asleep. They're not zombies per se, but they might as well be, because they're just going through the same day at Groundhog Day, that movie, the same day over and over, expecting the next day to be exactly the same. And they have no idea that things could change, may change, will change.
Yeah.
And they're not prepared for it.
Okay, so that brings us to the second thing. So, number 2, was the second Earth that I visited actually a twin Earth, or was I taken to the future that on this Earth that we are helping to create? I have to say that there's I personally think, because of the nature of that experience, that I was actually moving up in frequency, expanding, because we're on what I'm going to call the third dimensional Earth. And these are just some thoughts. The 3D Earth is a little small core material thing in the middle of this big, expansive plasma ball that is much bigger than the physical Earth. And that big plasma ball has, I'm going to say, a higher ranges of frequency where life can unfold beautifully. Unfold. And the planet itself looks the same, but it doesn't quite operate the same. In other words, there's blue sky, there's sunshine, there's grass, there's dirt, soil, there's pebbles, there's rock, there's flowers and trees, there's other people, there's buildings, etc. But everything is much more conscious. Everything is conscious and responding to everything else. It's like everything is in telepathic communication. Now, I don't know exactly what the frequency range was, but it was a lot higher than where we're at now. And they said to me, "You're welcome to stay. Do you want to stay?" And I thought about my children and said, I can't. And they said, "That's okay. You'll be back." And that was like, oh, okay. And I have been back, but I have to shift my frequency dramatically in order to get to that place and experience that again. But I think it's here. I think it's actually here. It's a future that is much more expansive in people. And I think the children being born now are being born into that higher frequency, dramatically higher frequencies. And they have skills and abilities that the autistic kids are demonstrating to the normies right now, saying, hey, this is possible. This is where it's at. Pull your attention away from all that crap you're paying attention to and just stop all that silly communication and only communicate what is important. And so the autistic kids and people communicate in amazing ways. So here we are trying to get to that point, and they're doing it like they're born that way. So what I've noticed as I've looked at the past is that there's always some sort of dysfunctional group who comes in and demonstrates a possibility for normal life in the future. And that is not usually well taken. Back 100 years ago, they were all put in psychiatric institutions or tied up in the attic because people were embarrassed about their family member who didn't conform. But that is really a signal to us to pay attention. And I think we don't really need to go anywhere. We just need to expand consciousness, period. It's so simple.
I agree with your perspective, Penny. I mean, the whole Earth, I don't think there's a separate Earth we're going to be shifting to. We're expanding. We're increasing our energy frequency range to a whole new band. And the Earth both is moving with it, and it's already there.
It's already there. It already is.
And that's the transition we're in now. We are the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I am the bridge. It was named that, and it's not just, oh, look at me, but rather I'm holding the old and the new. And how many people can we get across? How many people can we wake up enough, hold a wide enough frequency band? Maybe you can't quite make it, but we can give you a little juice and we can get you over there.
That's right.
That's what we're doing right now. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
It's not to... Yeah, we need to keep them alive long enough to do that. So I've got great preparedness, but that's not the point.
That's right.
It's to just keep them alive. It's to be the bridge. Let's get everyone over there. We need you.
Over there.
That's right.
Way back, I think it was Dolores Cannon. I had been at a lecture of hers, and she was talking about heaven or another reality really only being about 2 or 3 feet off the ground here on this planet. But you couldn't get there by just stepping up. You had to change your consciousness.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it, because a couple of times I've wanted to describe it that way. It's just a little above.
Yes.
But it makes all the difference in the world.
That new frequency, the new Earth, is just a step above.
Right.
And I heard her, that's got to be 15, 20 years ago.
Okay.
And it's probably in one of her books, too.
I've read... the 3 waves, I think it was in it, 3 waves of volunteers. And, I cried through most of it. It's like, I don't know what made me come here, but this is damn hard. So, there have been moments where I've been, kind of having a pity party for myself. But
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but
for 50 years, I tried to control the world. It didn't work. Amazing.
I know. Yeah, I think we all run into that, Janet.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so here's number 3.
Yes.
From the information, this is Steve talking, from the information I've been provided through or by, it seems that about 60% of the human beings associated with Earth will advance to the next level of awakening along with the Earth and the solar system. The other 40%, this is what you were saying a minute ago, will reincarnate onto another planet already prepared. That, I have heard that. And you know who told me that? Probably 15 years ago was Paramahansa Yogananda. It's the only time he ever appeared. I wasn't even sure it was him. But I think I'm pretty sure it was him. It was like, why do I know you? And then I had his book, which I hadn't read. And so I read it. And it was like, oh, wow. And in that little encounter, he said, I'm in another place, helping to prepare to receive the people of earth. And I was like, what? He said a bunch of things in that, but that was one thing that I was like, what is he talking about? What does he mean? So
those things are happening simultaneously.
Yeah, right.
Those folk, I mean, he's one of them. There's many others. People turned like ascended masters, Master Katumi, the master. Anyway, that's at a very, if they're the generals, I might be a corporal in that.
No, we're about private, Steve.
I think you're probably right. I like to hope, but I've worked with people like back in Stell that were also involved in this, and they did not express themselves as though they were as far along waking up as I am. They seem to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to be kind here.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I've seen that in a lot of communities. There's a whole underbelly in a lot of communities that just want to escape the world that they grew up in. Yeah. That's it.
And I've seen that in every organization I've been in, whether it's the Stell stuff, Barbara Brennan stuff, multiple, whatever arena, it's the whole spectrum. And I see it in our organizations, and I wish they're all wonderful people. But they're at whatever stage they're at.
I know.
But anyways, the information I'm sharing, some of this is from those other sources.
Yep.
What I'm saying, I don't know what term to even use for it, because anything you use sounds like a glamour or this or that. But I know people that are, further up the ladder than me that I talk to, and then ones beyond that they talk to him, and occasionally they'll, no, Steve can't do this. Instead, they pulled me out of one thing. No, he can't be involved in this activity. I think because I'd had too many failures, and one more and just, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm sorry.
I get that.
I don't know, that's speculation on my part, but
okay. Well, I have run into a few people who have said to me, well, you're on the wrong timeline, or you're on the timeline that's going down. I'm like, oh, thanks. So it's like, okay. Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Namaste.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We will prevail. And you're on the right timeline.
I have to say, I know what I'm doing here. I know why I'm here. I'm not going to quit, period. I feel like years ago, I think I mentioned in one of our last meetings, I had a dream of being on the bridge. I got off the bus and I was standing in the middle of the bridge directing traffic. It was a big bridge. It was wide. And lots of people were coming across. And afterwards I thought, oh, I think that I'm doing something, bridging something. So eventually it became clear. So, okay, so we're going to lose some people, but by God, we're going to be there for the people that are interested, that are even, what is that story? Let's use the Bible for a minute. Isn't there a story about how come you paid those guys the same amount of money to come and work in the vineyard, and they came in at 4 PM and we started at 8 AM? And it was like, doesn't matter.
In the Old Testament.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, okay, we're not dissecting linear hours here. We're saying, if you have the right consciousness, come on over. Come on into this new way of thinking and be.
That goes back to our society where you have to earn your rights to do things.
Yeah.
Not because you're just you.
And some people will earn that in a hot second, and others will struggle. They'll make it, but they'll have a much harder time. They don't have much support. They don't quite get it. They know something, but not enough. And so, it's.
Our culture's done a terrible disservice to humanity.
I know.
As a whole.
And,
at so many levels.
We worked on thinking critically and creatively.
Oh, and definitely add critical thinking into the document. But I really like that thought.
But that's now a superpower.
Yeah, that is true. And, we were very amazing people the way we were first set up to be. But there has been a huge, powerful program here, which I've talked about in a few of my presentations, especially at the Arlington Institute, where I said, look, a group of ETs have come in. This is the takeover plan. This is how it works. These are the steps and the stages. We're in the end stage. You either get it now or you don't get it at all. So, yeah, we were amazing people.
Now, a curious story. I'll say it that. It was from Louise, the guy who's a little further up the ladder than me.
Okay.
Sharing his understanding of what's transpiring on Earth. That I'll call it the shepherds of the planets, not just our planets, but the whole uplifting humanity across the universe. That Earth is behind. There's cycles of nature that occur, and it creates windows of opportunity for uplift and the like. And the Earth, for a lot of reasons, many of which you just mentioned, is falling way behind. And that the beings we would call the Christ and the Buddha and other great teachers, and a great conclave that allegedly were all in. He said, I saw you there, Steve. And like, okay, well, maybe I don't remember. Basically, what do we do? And they decided to take a relatively less orthodox approach to planetary evolution because of where we're at and the windows. And it's sort of normally it evolves up, step by step. Too much stuff's gotten screwed up. Too many people are too far behind. There's another approach we can use. It has worked. It doesn't always work. And it's basically, and this is my term for it, evolution or growth through crisis.
Okay. Yeah.
That basically, all right, we're going to let it stack up, and bam. And that we're in the bam moment, and call it crustal shift, earth shift, just geopolitical, doesn't really matter. It's a total shattering of the old structure.
Yeah.
And those that are capable of grabbing their bootstraps, lifting themselves up, and say, okay, we can move forward. We're going to move forward. And they expect we're going to get about 60%. Not all are going to live through it, but they'll reincarnate back onto the new because they're vibrationally compatible. The rest, there's already a planet waiting for them. No judgment against them. Just they're not there yet. So continue your growth at the pace you can.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my understanding is what they plan for the Earth.
You know, that is really a pretty accurate description. Remember me arguing with my people who were telling me it was too late?
Yes.
And I said, well, I won't repeat what I said, but
a few unkind words.
A few, it was like, and a confrontation that you don't normally do. But it was like, you don't get it. You're not here. These people are amazing. They don't stand up until it's absolutely necessary. And that is that crisis plan right there. Okay, fine. We're going to let it pile up. We're going to create a crisis. We'll see who makes it. We'll be there for those who stand up, who pull themselves up, as you put it. So, it's a hard way to learn.
Right.
But effective.
We will be stronger. We're going the long way down the road evolution of the humanity that we're part of. We're going to be the new teachers of the galaxy.
That is true. I
think you're right, Steve.
I've heard
that. I mean, that was in the stanzas I sent you way back when.
Okay.
I don't know if you recall those, that basically it laid out some of our past and some of our future, but it's sort of the
I've heard that way before you sent those to me. So that was confirmation. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. With the plan, when we were first created here.
The blending of all the DNAs and all the stuff they did, the masters, beyond the masters, that this is going to be a special crop. We got a special plan for this.
That's how they got permission to do it.
Yeah.
They were looking at where is this going to end up, and their masters, when I talk about mapping computers and mapping how do things unfold according to frequency interaction laws, and what they discovered was that we eventually become amazing beings. Masters of the universe is probably a good term.
Okay.
We'll be the teachers that are
Right.
helping. I mean, that's down the road a ways. That's not me now, but I'll be a little piece of it there.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, let's go on.
Anyways, go ahead.
Number 4, will the possibility of bridging to a new wonderful earth cause some people to stop preparing to deal with the possible earth changing?
Yeah.
That is a concern of mine.
I think that is a big concern because some people figure, oh, there's a bridge. I'll just take the bridge. I don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, some of the people that in our broader group have contacted me personally to ask about preparedness stuff. And then they got talking about this and said, well, yeah, I'll do what I can, but there's this bridge and it's going to be a new earth. And it's just, I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Right.
You don't understand. And you don't want to dump on them because, they're trying, but nonetheless.
It's our mentality where somebody will take care of us. The government will take care of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things I think we need to get across is the bridge is there, but what is the preparation to be able to cross that bridge?
That's the toll.
Right.
Oh, I like that. There's
a good way of saying
toll bridge.
Yes. Yes. You're going from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. You got to pay a toll.
Okay. And some of that toll is going to be consciousness, expansion, understanding. Some of it is going to be core changes in the self. That's a little more challenging, but you have to change the core self. And that involves letting go of some basic things, aggressiveness without cause, competition without cooperation, those kinds of things. On my chart, my 3-dimensional, my chart of
3, 4, 5, yeah.
3, 4, 5, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. But
willingness to look at science differently.
Yes.
Especially plasma.
The understanding of science. You have to understand a new science if you want a new world.
Because the current science isn't going to work there.
No.
Some of it will.
Some of it will because it's lower science, basic stuff. But when you get into plasma science, things are different. And now you have to take consciousness into account. So
I've been looking into plasma. Oh my God, fascinating. I can't get enough information on it.
I know.
I started with the new science of heaven and it was like, holy crow.
Yeah.
And I have to know more.
That's right.
So that maybe that's the toll on the bridge. You've got to learn more.
Yeah. There has to be a self re-education process.
That's a good word. Good phrase.
And then, if the old system, if you're going to let go of the old system, let's say you're going to sail to the new world back in the 1600s. What do you take on board the ship? You don't just get on board and say, yeah, we'll get there. That's not going to work. So you have to take some supplies. What do you need? What's really essential in that new world? And a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say, and I'm not picking on these people, but I cannot understand why people have stuff in these storage units.
No, unless you're moving and need it in between houses. Yeah. But they're going up everywhere around me.
People are putting stuff in them and never coming to get the stuff.
Yes.
What is all that stuff for? It's, So what do you really need in a new world, a new earth? What kinds of new tools? What kinds of new understanding? What kinds of new routines? So that's a big question. And then you can cross the bridge. We don't know what the toll is going to be, but there's going to be a price to pay. Yeah. And that is just.
And we also need to know that not all of our friends, family, loved ones are going to be able to cross the bridge with us. That's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
are you crossing the bridge with your physical form still intact?
Yeah.
If so, what are you go? How are you
Oh.
going to make sure your physical form is still intact when you get to the bridge?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Versus, all right, you've got the frequency to make it, but you didn't prepare. So frankly, you're going to die, and you get to incarnate into that side over there afterwards.
Okay.
I mean, it's different either way. You get over there ultimately as a
Right.
conscious being, but how many of you are physically going to come along with us? Because we're going to need some physical bodies over there
We
to
will.
assemble, to
Yeah.
put things together. You
That
know?
is true.
And
And
see, and that's
your
something
physical
that
body
really,
is physical thing.
Yeah.
yeah, that really
People
bothers
dismiss
me.
the physicality. Oh, that's 3D. I don't need that anymore. I'm moving on.
Oh no. Oh
Uh,
no.
The only way you're moving on is if you die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're carrying it with you.
Yeah.
And
That's
people
true.
don't like to think about that.
we're not
And
going
I'm
to be
talking
able to
about our
put,
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
no little ghosty beings on the second Earth.
Yeah.
We're still going to have a body.
Well,
Yeah.
that's absolutely, whoops. Hang on a second here. I did something to my screen. There we
Excuse
go.
me. I have a
So-
tickle in my throat today. I'm going to get a drink.
Oh,
Absolutely.
go ahead. So I think what we want to encourage is, have the basics as if you were going to go traveling somewhere. That
As it
would
were.
be common sense, maybe. Maybe, I hope.
Well,
I mean, on the physical side,
it's funny you
mundane
say that.
physical. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you
Good.
can see this.
No,
No,
not coming
my
in yet.
camera. It's my
Yeah.
go bag.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
I
okay.
went to a lecture about preparedness, and they
Okay.
gave out these go bags and what you should have in them.
Oh, okay.
But I
Hmm.
will say they were very 3D based.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
You know,
yeah.
title to your car, title to your property, social security card.
That's in
Um,
just in case.
A fire starter
Yeah.
and a good knife.
yeah, a
And maybe some
flashlight.
rope.
What about
Yeah,
And a
flashlight.
tarp and a blanket.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that's
I mean,
medication.
medications, right? A way of purifying water, just basic
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff. Because in the short term, titles will be nice. In the long term, it won't matter in the slightest.
Yeah.
The governments have
Mhm.
gone. All those structures will probably go away.
One of the things that concerns me about the government or structures, infrastructure going away is people will not know how to behave. They
Oh,
might,
it's going to be very ugly.
Yes.
I hope not.
There,
Oh my God.
that's going to be
Doesn't
like
need to be.
1 second after with
Yeah.
those marauding gangs.
Yeah. I mean,
I forgot about that.
1
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
after is a great, and all that happened there was the infrastructure stopped.
Yeah.
Actually, just the electricity stopped, which stopped all the rest of the infrastructure,
Yeah.
basically, because now your pumps don't run, da 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 da. But
Right.
there wasn't even a geophysical occurrence.
That's
Mhm. But that lower vibration, let's call it, of population is
Yeah.
going to see it as an opportunity to control the rest of the population.
yeah. I have seen gangs, serious
Yeah.
gangs.
And
Yeah.
so large urban areas, not a good place.
Oh,
Not
no.
that everyone there is bad, but there are no resources enough to carry that population base, and they're going to go feral because they have to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not that they're bad people. Well, some are, but a lot of your kids starving. You're going to do what you can to get them some
Yeah.
food.
Well, and
Okay.
I live
Right.
very
I mean,
rurally,
you just will.
and there are people around here that will do anything to get more, even though I live very rurally. If
More
you have it,
what?
I want it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
So they're in the more group.
Well,
Yes.
it's that, you can't leave your bicycle out overnight
Oh.
kind of thing. It might be gone in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean-
Okay. Even if you don't ride a bike?
Well,
Yeah. Wow. Go ahead,
Uh,
Steve. What were you going to say?
So some basic material physical preparedness matters.
Yeah.
More importantly is psychological, emotional, and then you're drifting right into consciousness.
Yes.
Because there'll be lots of people that have more than enough stockpiled stuff, and their loved ones die, and they sit in a corner and cry themselves to dead.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
Okay.
I mean, just
Yeah.
just
It can't happen.
it's like your son in the ER and seeing all the
Yeah. Just the devastating conditions
And
of
people just
some
can't.
people.
an aspect of the world I walk in
Ah,
holds all that. In
Yeah.
one sense, my heart is shattered. In another sense, it's shut off.
yeah.
But and it's enough about me. But yeah,
Okay. Oh my God.
yeah. I don't mean to take you there. I apologize because
It's okay.
it's not a
You're living
happy
on the
place.
top of a mountain and
Right.
you see the destruction below and it just breaks your heart and you
Yeah.
decide that I can't do anymore and you just die.
Yeah, a lot of people that'll happen.
Yeah.
So do you have
Uh,
that anchor, that whatever within you to carry on even in the face of beyond unimaginable
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
destruction?
Yeah. Okay. You reminded me of a dream I had, Janet, the
Hmm.
top of the mountain. I live up
Oh.
on what's called the Lawton Ridge, and it's
Yes.
a huge ridge that was pushed up by the glaciers.
Okay.
And when the glacier melted, it stayed there. So it's a huge ridge. And I'm up maybe 1,400 feet above
Oh.
sea level. So in the dream, I'm driving with my son. We're in the car. We drive to the edge of the ridge and where you have to go down a big hill. And we get to the top of the hill and the whole state is water. And we just, I slammed down the brakes.
Oh.
We sat there, was water as far as we could see in every direction. And we said, well, I guess we're not going to town today. And we turned around and went back home and said, let's go south instead. So
Was there water there?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, the glaciers pushed up a lot of soil and dirt, and it stayed pushed up. So
Other people that I occasionally listen to talk about how the Great Lakes may become one and actually expand in size, or the Mississippi may break through into the Great Lakes.
Yeah, it's more like the Great Lakes going to break through into the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And New Madrid settles out and it becomes a great shallow inland sea.
Yeah, that's what I
in some form.
Yeah.
Don't know where the boundaries are, but yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the east and the west, and never the twain shall meet other than on a boat.
Yeah.
Did any of you read a book called The Man in the High Castle?
No,
it was also, I think, a movie once.
I think it was a movie of it, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it posits that we, the U.S., did not win World War II.
Oh.
And the East is controlled by Germany and the West is controlled by Japan. And there's a kind of a no man's land in the middle.
Oh, wow.
But it's, it's a new world.
That's what it was, yeah.
Anyone who is disabled, elderly, etc., is burned on Tuesday in the ovens. Okay, because we can't have these people in our society. Women are only for procreation because we've got to get more soldiers. And then in the West, there is an undercurrent of Asian gangs taking over, but the Japanese government and the person in this book and movie travels through time. So she's seeing past, present, and future. And what is happening. And she's wondering if she can change the future. And thus far, she hasn't changed the future.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but maybe you could change a timeline. Just make new decisions to go in a new direction. You might be the only one on that timeline. But
and sometimes I think when I watch the movie, I think she was the only person because she was seeing things, but no one was seeing her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's a it's a nice book. It was a nice read, a nice movie. But and you do wonder, what if the U.S. had not come out on top in the Second World War?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
would we be speaking Japanese?
Germany lost the war, but the people in charge won.
Mhm.
They came over here and
Yes.
created the CIA and
And the
NASA
bomb.
and all the secret organizations
Yep.
that we transported them over here and they took
Yes.
over.
Yes. And
So,
we
I mean,
did that
that's the
knowingly.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, wow.
And here we are now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And
But
many people think Laura Eisenhower is completely off her rocker. But every now and again, what you're talking about, Steve, she'll reflect on something that her grandfather would talk about. And you have to say, oh my, maybe Dwight Eisenhower really was talking about not just Werner von Braun, but
right.
everybody else that we brought here to work on the scientific things.
Yep.
Be aware of the military-industrial complex.
Yep.
That's all of them.
Yes.
Admiral Byrd going down to Antarctica. And getting beat up by the Nazi flying craft.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And then he came back and reported, yeah, they have craft down there. This is like in 47, 48.
47,
that could be in the U.S. in 20
Provable.
minutes.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they put him in Bethesda Hospital, and he jumped out of the top window of the
hospital. Yes, sure.
Yeah, they threw him out the window.
Not
They suicided.
Wasn't that Forrestal?
Oh, Forrestal, you're right. You're correct.
Byrd made the report, and then Forrestal picked that up, and he wouldn't shut up.
Run with it. Yeah.
Right. So they threw him out the window.
He got suicided. Yes.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's
I worked with Nikola Tesla's niece.
Oh, really?
And her parents.
Was he married?
No.
Oh, no. So you have him?
Yes, he had a brother.
Oh, okay.
Well, and I guess she was his great niece. But her family felt that he had senile dementia.
Oh.
In his later years. And they tried in vain to get him to come and live with them in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. And he wouldn't. Exactly. But he would not leave New York City. But they feel that, because we've lost all of Nikola Tesla's papers and everything. When he moved into the hotel, the head of General Electric, whose name, well, I can't remember now, befriended him. And they believe that literally when he died, his hotel room was cleaned out in less than 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And some of it was given to Mr. Trump's great uncle, who was professor of physics at NYU, and went through it. But they think that and I can't remember who started General Electric. Was it a Watson person? They think that he took most of that information and buried it because, he had that tower built in New Jersey to put electricity out in the air for everyone to use.
Right. Big mushroom shaped.
Yeah. Thing. And things like
no
that.
No iron in it, all copper and wood.
It was amazing. Yeah.
And so, the science that Nikola Tesla knew, which I think was far beyond anything today's scientists could possibly do, is maybe under lock and key at the General Electric vault, or maybe at NYU, or maybe the government has it.
I think we're a lot further along than they want to admit. There's too much evidence, and those scientists, after hanging around with Dr. Levengood for 15 years, and and he was friends with other scientists. So they were familiar names, things, he talked a lot about Hans Alfven and David Pines. And oh my God, who's the guy that's got that place in Colorado or maybe Nevada where they do all this weird science? There's a scientist out there. If I remembered his name, you would recognize it. But he was at the lab on and off trying to get Levengood to join his team. And he was doing all kinds of ET and strange genetic.
Is his first or last name Zane or Kane?
No. No. It's a familiar name. I don't know why I can't remember it right now. But that whole thing, after hanging around with those and talking with other physics You know, one of my good friends, Chuck Reiner, physics professor out in Minnesota, left physics to take up to be a naturopathic physician because he so liked what I was doing, and he got murdered. And so I was like, okay. He started writing for a public newspaper, big newspaper, about medicine, real medicine.
Okay.
Took him out, boom. But it's clear to me that the scientists from the 1940s had a lot of stuff that they were playing with. You don't keep taking that forward and not figure out some pretty serious stuff. And it's blatantly obvious. Maybe they got a boost from ET technology, but they already had a lot of the basics before ET ever came down and, they started reverse engineering. It was something that was really, I have been so respectful, I guess would be the term, so wanting our scientists to get their due because working together, science is an amazing field in which they all listen to one another. Let me try that. And then they reproduce it, and then they maybe get a little new perspective, and they just keep building this perspective and putting things together, and they are not dummies. They are pretty damn smart. And so I think we have long ago put together a lot of stuff that ETs had, and the ETs just basically got scared that, those animals down there, they have our technology and we better go down there and stop that. And so they've been trying to take over for a while, but we're continuing on.
We're getting smarter.
Yes, we are. And we're getting to be smart enough to kind of go around the obstacles be like water. And so that, I think what we have here is some congratulations due in a few places we've never thought of giving it. So, and Tesla is just one of the many who have taken his work and said, and who tried things and then discovered, oh my gosh. So anyway.
There's a gentleman named Kesh out of, I think, Emory or Atlanta. And he's actually gone into hiding because he fears for his life. Yeah.
Kesh? Yeah, they tried to assassinate him several times, but he's not from Atlanta. He's from Iran.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was from Iran, living in Belgium.
Oh.
That was where they made the first attempt to take him out. So then he moved somewhere else, and they tried to take him out again. And then he moved to Italy. He's still working. I think he's not very public, but he is the one.
Yes, I'd heard that he was in hiding, and for some reason I thought he had been at Emory University.
No, he might have been a consultant there.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. But I think he's probably about as brilliant as Tesla.
Oh, he's amazing, and John Peterson had his 3 books, and he lent them to me. And I've got to read the first one about the nature and structure of light. It's like, oh my gosh, and consciousness. He kept saying, look, we have to deal, this stuff is conscious. You have to be aware of what is your consciousness doing when you want to work with this, with plasma. And people didn't get it. And I think they got frightened at what he was saying. So they tried to take him out. The military asked him, and they've done this with 1 or 2 people. How did you figure it out? They've been shocked at what individuals have figured out all by their little lonesome self. So, yeah. And actually, it wasn't all by themselves. They were just standing on the shoulders of other giants, so to speak, and moving ahead without all the indoctrination that goes with being in a big university. So here we are. Yeah, so we got 2 more questions here. So let's finish the last 2. If we leave this earth and we relocate to another earth, how does that match with Mother Earth hoping to evolve with humanity, and into the next stage of consciousness. That goes right back to what we said earlier. I don't think we're leaving anywhere.
That was what the question was about. Yeah, that basically, I don't think we're going.
Okay.
That was, if there's somewhere else, then none of this makes sense.
That's right.
If it's just we're evolving forward, yeah, that's why I was asking it sort of, because at that time, what you'd presented sounded as though there's another Earth out there, there's this bridge, and so that was my questioning, and a whole lot of people still believe that.
That there's another one out there?
Yeah, that there's another Earth, that there's
a whole planet.
That's the new Earth. I don't have to do too much here. I just need to raise my consciousness a little bit, and I'll be somehow bridged over there, and the buildings will all be there and will be taken care of. And no, that's still infantile. Anyways,
that is. It really is.
That's why I brought that question forth, was because I didn't think that there's a separate location.
No.
Therefore, I was questioning.
It's an expansion of consciousness that allows us to move into another realm of awareness in which you begin to join the conversation that's happening between and among all things. Right. Plants and flowers and trees and cars and bridges and houses and everything.
So, and that's why that question, and with where you're leaning and where I'm leaning, it's a moot question. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
To my mind.
All right. So the last question, number 6, is humanity complete with their lessons in the 3D physical realm? Might there be a final exam or several final exams? So we're not complete yet.
Oh, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I would love to say, yeah, we are, but we're not. And one of the big lessons is the willingness to hold the possibility that there is another version of Earth at a higher frequency that allows for different kind of perception, a little different behavior, different kinds of issues and challenges and constructions and infrastructure, etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, that the 3D, the final exam, that would be, I would think, the last final exam. Can your consciousness expand into that realm? But before that, what about dealing with family? What about dealing with money? What about dealing with your ideas of how things should be? What about your routine? What about your physical health? All of that and probably more would need to be, at least you'd have to be honest with yourself about where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I completely agree. And I think one of the final exams, we've entered the exam room already.
I think we have.
To use that analogy. And
that's a good one. Right.
Depending on how you cope with what's coming down now will be one of the tests. Will you say, this is too much, I can't take it? Okay, you're allowed to leave it's okay. Yeah. You're an eternal being. You can move on. It's not a problem. But by God, we need to keep some people around here. We're going to need some bodies,
Yes.
But we can't get everyone,
Okay. John used to say that, and I used to get upset with him, but then I had to accept. Okay. Yeah. So that is
everybody with you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I will want to.
Well, we want to, but we can't take everybody with us. And I know this, Penny. I have a physical problem right now that I'm working on. And I know that maybe thinking about going to the 4th dimension, I either have to solve this physical problem or I'm not going to go there.
Okay, maybe, but sometimes the expansion of consciousness carries you there and the problem disappears.
Okay. I would be very happy to do that. But there's a part of me that says maybe you have to realize, Janet, that you're not going to move because you haven't resolved whatever conflict it is that's giving me this physical problem.
Oh, the lung thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some people already at the new earth.
Oh,
And so if you leave us, damn it, if you leave us, go to that new earth and just wait. We'll eventually all get
Sure.
there.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't intend to
it's
leave, but
beautiful.
I know that that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So the one of the things that I have noticed is that sometimes you need to allow yourself, your consciousness, to be altered on purpose. And I'm thinking here of the man who lived here at the farm for a while. He didn't live here. He was here. He came and went. He was part of the community here. He was in a wheelchair. He had been a 8th grade teacher for a long time. He got God, I forget the name of whatever he got, but he couldn't walk anymore. Some sort of sclerosis or muscle kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he went to Chicago. Remember me talking about this? Got
Yes.
hypnotized. She hypnotized him back to the period of time before he had the disease. He walked out of her office and never needed the wheelchair again.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can change our frequency set to an earlier point in time and then take a different path. But we haven't explored that enough for most people to understand, hey, that's all that the med bed does. It takes you back to a younger period of time and resets you and then says, don't be doing all that crap that you've been doing. So, yeah. So there are some really good options. You might think about altering your mind state and see what you can do with that.